Hello and how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest gaming news, rumors, and speculation. Get your tinfoil hats ready, get your treatment for speculitis going down because we're back in Starfield Speculation Town. Something was posted over on Twitter that is being discussed over on my Discord, and this post can very well indicate a potential window for the Starfield showcase. Again, remember, this is all speculation, so don't take this as fact, but nonetheless I felt like it was interesting enough to break down in today's video, so let's not waste any more time and get right into today's content. First off, for those that don't know, Bethesda has invited a number of very large content creators, such as Colt Eastwood and a few others, to a private event in order to play test Redfall. Like I talked about in my video yesterday, the current Bethesda marketing focus is entirely on Redfall, which seems to indicate that the Starfield marketing campaign will ramp up again after the focus on Redfall steps back a bit, and that's exactly what this post has to do with. Mr. Raffle Waffles, also known as Milo over on Twitter, who was lucky enough to get invited to this Redfall playtest event, said the following. Got a super secret invite to check out Redfall earlier today. Can't share impressions until March 22nd, so I'll give you guys all the details then. If you have any specific questions you want answered, let me know down below. Thanks to Bethesda for the invite. Now, by itself, this tweet doesn't necessarily say anything Starfield related, but when we take the fact that the Starfield marketing seems to have totally stopped once the Redfall marketing went full swing, there's a bit we can unpack here. It seems like there is an embargo regarding Redfall information until March 22nd this year, which is a few weeks from the time of me uploading this video, actually 2 weeks if I can know how to math correctly, but my community has been discussing this in regards to the potential Starfield Showcase announcement. The Starfield Showcase announcement could come anytime between now and the end of days based upon what soon means by Bethesda. Bethesda did state back in January of 2023 that a standalone Starfield Showcase was going to happen soon, and it seems like this standalone Starfield Showcase isn't something E3 related, meaning it's not going to go down in June. It also wouldn't make sense for the Starfield Showcase to happen in June because Starfield is supposed to be released during the first 6 months of the year, and if Starfield comes out at the end of June, which is the very end of this 6-month period, it would be kinda off to see a major Starfield Showcase be held until basically the very last month of the potential release. Now that totally can happen. Bethesda has announced stuff and then released the game a few weeks afterwards, and Starfield could probably be massively successful even if it was shadow dropped like Hi-Fi Rush. I don't think Starfield is going to be shadow dropped, but that's not the main discussion I want to have here. I want to put the focus back on this Redfall tweet. If there is a Redfall embargo going on until March 22nd, that somewhat gives us 2 separate windows for the Starfield Showcase, because there's probably going to be a dead period for Redfall marketing here for a little while, because after this Redfall embargo is up, we're going to get a lot of information from these different content creators that were lucky enough to playtest the game. They're going to talk about their first impressions of Redfall. They're going to share their gameplay. It's going to be a grassroots Redfall marketing campaign, which means Bethesda may step back a bit from pushing that Redfall marketing, and if they do step back a bit from that Redfall marketing, that leaves a very large window for Starfield to take its place. Redfall and Starfield have kind of been intertwined in the aether ever since they were both delayed in the very same tweet. So if Redfall is getting the focus now, that must mean Starfield is getting the focus later. But I'm going to go ahead and give you the TLDR on my take about all this. Some people believe that there's basically 2 potential windows here for Starfield to get a showcase, either before or during this Redfall embargo, meaning anytime between now and March 7th and March 22nd, we very well could get the Starfield Showcase, or the Starfield Showcase can go down after March 22nd. I don't actually think we will get the Starfield Showcase during this embargo, though. It really wouldn't make that much sense to allow Starfield to become the new prime focus again, and then suddenly shift over to all these content creators talking about Redfall, because that would then take the focus back a bit away from Starfield. So instead, what I think is totally possible, we might just get the Starfield Showcase announcement anytime between now and March 22nd, which would mean we get the full Starfield event in April, which is a lot later than what people are hoping. When Jez Corden and Andy and Randall Thor all said that they believe that we'd have gotten the Starfield Showcase last week, people assumed they were right and also assumed the showcase would come sooner rather than later. But like I talked about in my previous video, Redfall is the main focus now, which means that, judging by this tweet, I believe we will get the Starfield Showcase next month in April. That will allow a week or two, or maybe 3, depending on when the showcase goes down, to allow the focus to remain on Redfall, to allow all the content creators to get their gameplay up, their first impressions and everything else, and to allow Arcane and Bethesda to market the game a bit more. And I don't know what other marketing Redfall can get in terms of major announcements and stuff like that if they are allowing people to actually talk about their playtest of the game. In my opinion, this will leave a pretty interesting large window for Starfield in April to get a huge showcase leading up until E3 and maybe even the end of June for Starfield's release date. Like I said, this is all very, very heavily ingrained in speculitis, but seeing how we're back to the dark ages of going crazy with speculation mode about Starfield, I figure like this was pretty interesting and interesting enough to share with you all in today's video. But as always, what I want to know is, what do you think about all this? Do you think this is actually any potential evidence of when we could see the Starfield Showcase? Do you think we're going to get that Starfield Showcase announcement anytime now between this video and March 22nd? Or do you think that April will be the month of Starfield? Or do you think we're not even going to get anything next month? Because it is possible that Bethesda will wait even longer until then. It's entirely possible for Bethesda to do this major Starfield Showcase in June at E3 and then release the game a couple weeks later. All that's totally possible. Anything's possible right now in the madness that is Bethesda's marketing, but my take is I don't think we're going to have to wait to June for this showcase. I think based on this information, it's going to drop sometime in April, and that's basically everything I wanted to talk about in today's video. As always, a huge major shout out to the following amazing people for going above and beyond to support the channel and the community. If you want to get a permanent future video shout out, you can support the channel over on Ko-fi, Patreon, or here on YouTube as an exclusive channel member or via Super Thanks. Links for all this and more are down in the description below. And as always, thank you for watching.
It just works.